All right, everyone, welcome back to the channel. We actually have some breaking news, and it's very important that you stick around and listen to the whole thing. This is not clickbait, okay? I'm going to skip the usual. Down in the description below is merch, blah, blah, blah. You know it. Go do it. All right. You remember in a previous video, it got massive amount of views when we're breaking down the legislative session and the anti-gun crap they want to do. So, in regards to proposed bill 5487, that is where you are held liable if your gun were stolen, then used in a crime, etc. Okay? Pretty dystopian. Nobody liked that, right? We're going to put you on the lam for what happens to your gun. Got a new one. This is another proposed bill. It just got dropped today. It's in the Judiciary Committee. It's got to go through that. More than likely, it's going to make it out because this is the Democrats' wet dream in Hartford. Okay, so a little backstory. I was driving back home from the store when I get a text. Who did I get the text from? Josh, over at Lock and Load. Now, Josh already did a breakdown real quick. He reads the entire thing. So if you're interested in that, after you watch this video, by all means, go look at Lock and Load podcast. Josh did a full breaking news breakdown, but I'm going to give you kind of a different perspective on it. All right? So I didn't get to read it till I got home. So this is raised bill number 7042. All right? Again, it is just going to the Judiciary Committee. Here's the synopsis. It's an act concerning implementation of the Firearm Industry Responsibility Act. So the first bill we were talking about makes you responsible for whatever happens to that gun. It gets stolen, some criminal goes out, does hood rat crap, it's on you. This one now makes the FFL also liable. Let me read it to you. So that all of this that I'm about to explain is effective if it were to pass. Not that it has. If it were to pass, it is effective October 1st, 2025 of this year. And they're doing that because October 1st is the first day of the fiscal year. Section 1. This would be effective October 1st, 2025, and applicable to any civil action filed on or after. Firearm industry, I'm going to give you some definitions first. The firearm industry member. So what is that? Their definition. It's a person, a firm, a corporation, company, partnership, society, joint stock company, trade association, or any other entity or association engaged in the manufacturing, distribution, importation, marketing, wholesale, or retail sale of firearm industry products. So it's not just the FFL. This would be me, because what I do here when it comes to a firearm review, I am a person, and I guess putting a good review on YouTube and saying, hey, this is available in our market at your local FFL, blah, blah, blah. I guess that would constitute marketing. So this will affect me too. But it definitely goes after FFLs because retail sale. All right. The firearm industry product. So what is that? It means any of the following which are or were sold, made, or distributed in this state, intended to be sold or distributed in this state, or possessed in this state, and was reasonably foreseeable that such a product would be possessed in this state. That's pretty much anything that's compliant. Ammunition or a magazine, as those terms are defined in Section 29-38M of the General Statute. So this isn't just the guns, this includes accessories and magazines. 2. A firearm as defined in Section 53A-3 of the General Statute, so that explains what a firearm is. An unfinished frame or lower receiver, as defined in 53-206J of our general statute. A firearm component, a firearm accessory. What is the accessory? A flashlight? I don't know. A firearm trafficker will be defined as means an individual who engages in or conspires to engage in or attempts to engage in conduct that constitutes firearm trafficking as described in section 53-202AA of the general statute, trafficking of a fire. I'm not going to go into all that. I'm going to go into what really pertains to us. All right, and they talk about reasonable control means acts and practices that are designed, implemented, and enforced to do the following. Prevent the sale or distribution of a firearm industry product to a straw purchaser already against the law federally. A firearms trafficker, yeah, that's against the law federally. A person prohibited from possessing a firearm under state and federal law. Okay, those are already illegal. A person about whom there is responsible cause to believe such a person is at substantial risk of using a firearm industry product to harm themselves or another, or possessing or using a firearm industry product unlawfully. So what does that mean? You go to an FFL, you purchase firearm. Everything gets done properly. You fill out your 4473, you fill out a DPS 3, a DPS 67, you pass all the background checks. You come through NICS, no problem, perfectly clean. Okay. And you go home and you unalive yourself. That goes back on the FFL. It's their fault. You do the same thing. You go buy your gun legally, fill out all the paperwork, and then you go commit a crime. You're held responsible, and so will the FFL be. You do a lawful act of self-defense, whether it be castle doctrine or outside your home, but clearly we know it's legal self-defense. However, the state doesn't believe in that, and they're going to charge you and trump up your charges and, charge you with manslaughter, murder, whatever. Again, all of that will also fall on the FFL that sold you that gun or that accessory or that attachment or whatever. This is going to put FFLs out of business. They are not going to want to take that liability upon themselves. I wouldn't, if I was an FFL, I wouldn't sell somebody I don't know a gun. Hell, I wouldn't sell someone I know a gun because I don't know what's in the heart of people. I don't know what's in their mind. What are we supposed to do? When you're selling a gun to a person, are these FFLs supposed to do screenings? Okay, they're not trained psychologists. They're not trained to screen. Are they supposed to hook you up to a lie detector test? Today you don't feel like going out and doing bad stuff, but tomorrow you wake up and you decide, today is a good day to go out and do bad things. There is no reason for an FFL to be responsible for any of this. Let's move on. It is to prevent the sale or distribution of a firearm industry product that is designed, sold, advertised, marketed, or promoted in a manner that forcibly promotes conversion of a legal firearm industry product into an illegal firearm industry product. So, what does all that word salad mean? Simply, an FFL has brand new inventory of, say, that. It's a standard Glock. Person goes buy said Glock, they go home and they do some, manufacturing by taking this off and they put on a switch, which is highly illegal. That's on the FFL. They said they had these in stock, they marketed them, person bought firearm and did illegal things to said firearm, gets caught. Well, that's the FFL's problem too. That literally makes no sense. How about this one? Because they say, what else would fall into this category? Lowers. You go buy a stripped lower, which is considered other on the 4473. Those are legal to buy. With that, you can build a bolt action, a fixed mag, and you could build something compliant. But you buy that one part. Now, you go home, and in your little basement gunsmithing shop, you just build an outright SBR, which is illegal in the state of Connecticut. You are breaking the law. The FFL will be held liable for that too. So are they supposed to, when you buy a stripped out lower, are they supposed to like babysit you and watch you do all of this? Same with, you go to an FFL right now. You could go down to an FFL today and you can pick up a fixed mag AR platform rifle. Now, removing fixed mag doesn't take a rocket surgeon to do that. It's pretty easy to remove. Okay? On top of all that, you, I don't know, accidentally bang it too hard in that little roll pin that locks that adjustable stock in place so you can't actually adjust it. That roll pin falls out. That is a violation of state law. Would the FFL then be responsible for that? They're going to have to be responsible for what people do with their gun if it's unlawful and get caught. That's insane. They're just going to go out of business. They're not going to do anything. They're not going to do any more business with anyone. They're not going to take this type of liability upon themselves and do business in the state of Connecticut. You virtually are going to put all of them out of business. And ensures that the firearm industry member, remember that's the FFL, or me, complies with the provisions of Section 2 of this Act and all of the applicable provisions of state federal law and does not otherwise advertise, market, or promote an unlawful manufacture, sale, possession, marketing, or use of a firearm industry product. Okay? Let's go on to Section 2, because that's all Section 1. Section 2. Of course, it's effective October 1st. A firearms industry member shall establish and implement and enforce reasonable controls. No firearm industry member shall provide a firearm industry product, an FFL providing a gun, to another firearm industry member, another FFL, when there is a reasonable cause to believe that such a other firearm industry member is engaged in conduct that is a violation of this section. So if one FFL has a gun in stock and another FFL in the state of Connecticut doesn't have it in stock, they can purchase it from the other FFL. All right? But that FFL that has the gun that is now selling it to the other FFL will be liable if that other FFL is doing untoward things. So now FFLs aren't going to trust each other because how do we know that other FFL is doing everything on the up and up? And it could be as simple as something as they're not keeping up with their A&D log properly. I'm sure they'll twist it into a way like that. They go on to say, an act or omission by a firearm industry member, remember FFL, that fails to comply with any provisions of Section 2 of this Act constitutes a violation of said section and shall be accountable under this section. A civil action in a court, competent jurisdiction to enforce this section or remedy harm caused by a violation of Section 2 of this Act may be brought by a person who has suffered harm in this state because of a firearm industry member violation of Section 2 of this Act. Remember, this is all legalese. I'm not a lawyer. I don't even pretend to be a lawyer, but this is how I understand it. Best layman terms I can give you. FFL sells you a gun. You go do dummy legal stuff with gun. Person gets hurt. Person holds you accountable. Person holds FFL accountable. No way. A corporation counsel or chief legal officer of a municipality in the name of the municipality or the AG. So not only can the individual go after you, but the town can sue that FFL and AG Tong, who is probably the most anti-gun person in our entire state, definitely going to get after you. So not only is this FFL getting ramrodded by an individual, the town, but now the state. So that's three fronts. The FFL is not going to do any business. It goes on to explain a bunch of other stuff. Now, I'm going to jump all the way down to what they can be held accountable, like how do they pay out, things like that. injunctive relief sufficient to prevent the firearm industry member or any other defendant from further violating the law. So what does that mean? So when the person, the town, or AG Tong goes after that FFL, it's got to be sufficient to ensure they can't violate the law anymore. Well, how do they do that? They sue them into oblivion. They shut them down. They make them go bankrupt. That is insane. Like, not only are we going to hold you accountable, but we're going to ensure that your livelihood, your small business is absolutely devastated. Compulsory damages, punitive damages, restitution. So they're liable for all of this. Me, the FFL, anyone that does what we do. And any other appropriate relief necessary to enforce the provisions of Chapter 529 of the General Statutes and remedy the harm caused by the conduct. Going back to the original part, we're going to sue you into oblivion. In addition to the relief permitted under this subsection, the court determines that the firearm industry member has violated any provisions of Section 2, which we had covered. The court shall award costs of the attorney fees to the prevailing plaintiff. So, punitive damages, attorney fees, court fees, etc., all fall on the FFL. A prevailing plaintiff may recover a civil penalty of not more than $10,000 for each violation, and the court may suspend or revoke any permits issued to the firearm industry member under Section 29-28 of the General Statute. So not only if you want to be an FFL, do you need the ATF's permission, you need a bunch of paperwork from them, but you need to petition the state and have the state's permission. This is straight up saying the state is just going to revoke all of that. So they're going to sue you monetarily into oblivion and pull all of your permits that allow you to sell guns in our state. This is dystopian. They have lost their damn minds. Like, if something like this passes, all the FFLs are just going to close up. Nobody's going to want to do business. People like me, because I could fall under person and marketing, right? So I do a gun review on that Glock, on that new Ruger, on a Ross Martin or whatever. And then somebody based on my review goes, oh, well, Gun Guru, Todd on Gun Guru said, you know what, that's a great gun. I should go buy that gun. So they go purchase that gun lawfully. And then they go do dumb stuff with it. Well, that's on me because I was a person who marketed that gun. I just did a review, but they're going to twist it. So what does that mean for me? Am I going to pack up shop? No. But I'll be dipping. I'll be gone. I'm not staying here in this dystopian state. Piss off. I'm taking all my tax dollars and I'm going to go somewhere else. I'm packing up shop. I'm gone. I will no longer be a state resident. They could all piss off because I'm going to go somewhere where I'm not going to be held liable for somebody else's stupidity. I didn't do anything wrong. I just did a simple review. Just said, hey, this is a great gun. I love it. You know what? If you're in the market for a gun, you should buy one. Somehow that makes me responsible for what other people do with their firearms. Get the hell out of here. This is the dumb shit that drives me nuts. So, if this gets out of judiciary, which it will, I will be doing more updates on this. But I'm sure the CCDL is going to be all over this like white on rice. What you need to do to stay apprised, not only stay subscribed to the channel, but take it upon yourself to join the CCDL. Become a member there. Stay apprised on all these changes. This way, when the time comes for testimonials, you will know what to do and how to do it. And then you can put your 2 cents in saying that y'all in the state legislature have lost your damn minds. Are they going to listen to you? Probably not, because they don't give a shit about you. They just care about their power. And this is what gives them their power. I'm not saying that it's a lost cause. I'm not trying to be black-pilled here. But HB 6667 was really bad. They did dial it back a little bit. But what did get pushed through is insane. Very dystopian. Sweeping gun control. we've done our best to comply and work within the constraints of the new laws. This is pushing it, because you know what? If this goes through and this one goes through, or this one you're liable and this one the FFL is liable, nobody's going to buy guns. Nobody's going to want to have guns in the state. No FFL is going to function in this state. People like me and other YouTubers that are in this state, we're all out. We're gone. This is a state just, being Connecticut. People vote for this crap. I don't know what the hell's wrong with them. All right. That's enough dystopian talk for today. The usual, if you're not a member here on the channel, become a member. At the very least, outside of buying merch or any of that stuff, and if you stuck around this long and you're not subscribed to the channel, do me a favor. Subscribe to the channel. Like it. Make sure you toggle that notification bell. Leave a comment. Help that algorithm. Just send this to everybody you know. Share the crap out of this video to everybody you know in this state that likes to own guns and shoot guns and train and all that good stuff. They need to know. You know how many times we do videos like this, we talk about this, and nobody knows what's going on? Not everybody's got time to pay attention, but that's why I'm here. That's why Josh is there. So subscribe to this channel, and if you can, go find Lock and Load Podcast and subscribe to his channel too. All right, that's all I have for you guys. I will talk to you all in the next video.